Ba, ba, ba. Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another Whatever Wednesday, the show where I give you channel updates and recommend some cool music. If you like anything I'm recommending to you, may as well go ahead and subscribe to the channel because this is going to be happening every week. I also play guitar sometimes when I get the chance to. So if you like watching someone play guitar, okay. I'm your guy. Yes, another Wednesday. We are halfway through the work week again, and what are we washing it down with tonight? Baseman Pale Ale from Innovation Brewing. Sweet. As always, just one, because it is a school night. Not really any channel updates this week. It's been kind of the same deal. Been working on that one video from the past episodes. I cannot stress enough how infrequently I really get to work on the things I want to work on. So thank goodness I started doing this show, because time has not been on my side lately. So let's just dive right into the music recommendations. Why not? I beefed it up a little bit today. You're getting a total of 5 different songs from 5 different artists that I think you should go ahead and take a look at. As always, I will have a link in the description for every song that I recommend here today, so you can go and check it out for yourself. Why not? Even if you don't like it, you're only wasting a couple minutes. I mean, it's new music. Give it a shot. First song I want to recommend today is a song called Apologize by Grandson, who I assume is not a band and is just a performer, because that's what it looks like based on anything I could find on him. I assume this would be considered alternative rock. I don't know. That's such a wide genre that covers so much that I don't know if that really narrows it down for you. But to give you an idea of kind of the sound, it sounds like if this song would have been very popular back in, like, I don't know, like 2012, 2013. Whenever 21 Pilots became a thing. When did they start hitting it? Yeah, around that time period. I think that's when I think that this song would have done very well on the alternative rock radio around the same time that 21 Pilots was just starting to break through. This one's just really fun, and the lyrics are quick and slick, and it takes you on a fun little ride, and I really enjoy listening to it. It's nice and upbeat, fast-paced. I think you'll enjoy it. Next up, S.O.S, in parentheses, Sawed-Off Shotgun, by the Glorious Sons. It's a rock song. Again, alternative rock. I will say that the way that the song kind of moves, and I don't know, the lyric, the cadence of the song, it reminds me a bit of Obla Di Obla Da, but given like the subject matter and the lyrics, it's like a millennial version of that same kind of song. Keep that in mind when you're listening to it and tell me if that makes any sense to you. It's one of those songs that it's really hard not to kind of like bob your head along to while it's going, and the chorus certainly invites you to sing along. Yeah, definitely check it out if you like rock and roll. Next up, this is a good one. Well, they're all good ones, that's why I'm recommending them, but this was a surprise to me. These Are the Days by Neal Francis, Neal Francis. This song is, I mean, it sounds like 70s. It's not. It's new. It's newer. It's newish. But that's the sort of style it reminds me of like maybe like 60s, 70s. I don't know exactly which decade, but it's funky. It's funky. It grooves. It's just straight up fun to listen to. It's hard. Again, it's another one of those songs that, like, while it's going, you kind of gotta get your head moving, your shoulders kind of shifting around. Awesome tune. Right. That's 3 tunes in a row that are a little faster, a little more upbeat, a little more groovy. We're going to slow things down a little bit. Next up is a band you very likely might have heard of, the Fratellis, with Need a Little Love. The Fratellis have a new album on the way. I think it was supposed to be out last year, but like most things, it didn't quite pan out in 2020, so I think it's coming out this year now. Just recently they released this new single, Need a Little Love. To be honest, I really debated whether or not I was going to include this one, because if you're a fan of the Fratellis, like I'm a fan of the Fratellis, then it's most likely it's because you can't get the songs from Costello Music out of your head. That was definitely a high point, and they've had high points since, but none quite so. And for this album so far, especially this song, it's way more like, I don't want to say laid back, it's not, but it's softer and it's a little more grandiose. It actually reminds me a lot of when John Fratelli did the work with Lou Hickey for Codeine Velvet Club. Check that out too. If you haven't heard of Codeine Velvet Club, go look that up. I'll put an extra link under this song to a Codeine Velvet Club song. This video could get 1 million views, and like 6 people would be like, "Oh, Codeine Velvet Club, I know them." They'd all be from the UK too. And then last, I tell you, this is gonna be a quick one. last one here, but so certainly not least, an artist by the name of Joy Oladokun. Boy, I sure hope I pronounced that right. Oladokun, that's what it looks like. If by some chance you see this, Joy, I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name terribly. Found this artist and just absolutely adore her work. Her most recently released album is In Defense of My Own Happiness, Volume 1, and what an absolute pleasure this album is to listen to. From start to finish, it's labeled as contemporary folk, and I feel like that makes sense. It definitely has a bit more to it than your typical singer-songwriter acoustic guitar sort of affair. A lot of what it brings extra comes from in the lyricism. The actual songwriting is just. The song that I'm recommending, or the song that I'm going to provide you the link for, is called Too High, which, as I said, the whole album is great. Very easy to listen to. I would certainly recommend it. I think it's only a little over a half hour to listen to the whole thing, if you like, folk music. This song in particular caught my attention on the album because it starts off with a guitar intro that sounds very reminiscent of Blackbird by the Beatles, to the point where it's almost a little distracting because that's a very iconic guitar part. I would be very surprised to learn that this intro was not directly inspired by the guitars on Blackbird. However, once the vocals kick in, it quickly takes on an identity all its own, and it reminds me actually like an Andy Hull song. It sounds like something that could possibly be right at home on a Right Away Great Captain album. And if any of you know me personally, then you would know that a pretty easy way to get to my heart is Andy Hull, most specifically Right Away Great Captain. The song is just absolutely beautiful, and every song on this album is like this. Please go check her out. Please go share her music around. So yeah, that about does it for me. Real quick show this week. 5 good tunes. I implore you, go look them up. Go listen to them. Let me know what you think about them in the comments. Be nice. If you don't like them, just say you don't like them. You don't have to be like a jerk about it. If you dig any of the music suggestions, please subscribe to the channel. As I said, this is going to be happening every week. Like the video, all the YouTube things. Share. Don't share this video, because who cares about this video? Share the music that you liked. Whichever. If it's all the artists, cool. Share them all. Go on your Twitter, whatever it is. Whatever you do. Tell people to listen to it. Spread music. That's the goal here. Again, I hope to be posting more music of my own very soon. It really is just down to whenever the fates decide I can be allowed to do that. It should be soon. But until then, I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoy the tunes, and I will see you next week. Cheers, y'all.